going into this now.
We don't want how the girls that I talk to hit me up. In the
I forgot your phone
podcast.
wouldn't go off at all.
I know.
Mine would.
Yeah, because of only one girl.
Anyway, guys, welcome back to another podcast. It's our fourth one now after a month of inactivity, over a month of inactivity. Because we've been so busy. We've been doing, you've been working on your album.
Yeah.
I've been working on
Your album.
my album. Tell them what genre, or we'll tell them what genre we're in, actually. Go ahead.
I'm doing a country album.
Mm-hmm.
And Brandon is doing a
Folk.
A
Kinda
folk
album. Yeah.
And it's good.
Why are you doing that?
I was gonna say like a dubstep rap album, but okay.
No.
It's like
no. See, I chose folk because I bought a banjo.
Oh, okay.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Folk,
Why aren't we in a band together? Why don't we just mesh the sound?
I don't like country.
Southern
I like folk.
folk. It's almost the same thing.
I guess it's kind of the same thing. It's not always the same thing. Anyway, that was just bullshit. The Greatest Showman,
Yes.
Re-imagined, is coming out. And honestly, I don't give a flying shit if you guys don't care about The Greatest Showman. It's amazing.
Yes.
And the Reimagined version has artists like Panic at the Disco, Pink, Pentatonics, Kesha,
TJ Maxx.
Max
and
Ty Dolla Signs, which is going to be a very interesting track.
Yeah.
Okay, let's keep our.
I'm gonna keep my. I'm gonna be. I'm just gonna when I hear the song.
Ty Dolla Signs is going to be easy. Is going to be interesting, but Max is going to be fine, I think.
Yeah.
But anyway.
And then there's a bunch of other artists. I don't know. Oh, Kelly Clarkson is doing Never Be Enough.
Which is my favorite song from the movie.
Yeah.
So.
She's got the mad notes.
Yes, but she also is. She's a powerhouse, though. She's a powerhouse. Yep. Anyway, I'm very excited for it. Panic released their version, which is their version of The Greatest Show, which is fucking right up their alley, dude.
So good.
It's an anthem. And then Pink released Million Dreams. Yeah, and that was very good. I mean, I liked it.
Too.
It's probably a tough song to sing, so for her to do it, kudos to her.
Yeah.
But I'm excited to hear Pentatonics. They do The Greatest Show.
Yeah, their version.
Version of it. That's gonna be tight. I'm a big Pentatonics.
I can
fan.
already tell what it's gonna be like. All the the high end.
Oh yeah, absolutely. But they're beasts, so I'm not worried about it at all.
Oh no, they're really good.
But I mean, I'm the biggest Hugh Jackman fan.
That's interesting.
Why?
Because I'm the biggest Hugh Jackman fan.
You're the biggest fan?
Yeah.
Do you even know when he was born?
No, but you don't.
Wouldn't that be great if I just looked this up though? Just I planned this. I pre-planned.
I'd be so angry.
I'm not. No, I love Hugh Jackman, but I'm not the biggest Hugh Jackman fan. You're definitely a bigger fan, but not the biggest because there's probably junkies out there.
There's probably people that are like, I know when he was born, and I am at his house right now.
And I'm always watching him because I've tapped into everything he loves.
Yeah. No, but he's awesome.
Yeah.
One thing that I do have to critique about Panic at the Disco, and this is more so because of like how his voice is.
Don't hurt my feelings, please.
But like because Hugh Jackman has that lower, fuller range in his voice, there's a different like vibe to it. But I really like Panic's version because they made it their own instead of trying to copy it.
Doesn't it? So what song does it sound like at the beginning? They have notes at the beginning. It sounds like a song from I want to say. Maybe it was Vices or something. I don't know, but it does sound like them. It sounds like it's very Panic at the Disco. They're little like they have this like bass at the beginning, but it's like it's an electronic bass. I'm pretty sure. I don't think it's an actual bass. And I don't.
Is it Hurricane?
No.
That's not bass, but it has that opening like.
No, it's not that. I don't know. Yeah, I'm not really sure. Actually, I'm just gonna quickly bring it up because it's maybe when you hear it again, you guys are gonna hear some. So,
prepare your ears.
Listen up. If I just type it in, the first thing that comes up. So, all right, here you go. Okay. It's fucking Deathbed Bachelor. Right, yeah, okay. Yeah, I was like, once I heard that, I was like, this is them. This is right up their alley.
That was cool.
Yeah. So, and it sounds just like it. I wouldn't be surprised if it was something very
planned it,
similar.
maybe.
Yeah. But Yeah. Anyway, that's pretty fucking sick. I'm trying to figure out other stuff in the music scene because we don't really talk we don't talk music a lot. Well, when we did talk about music, it was Demi Lovato ODing.
No, we talked about rap.
Oh, we did talk about rap. That's true.
We talked about Lil Wayne and that whole spiel, MGK. That was last.
Jeez, I guess we do
podcast.
talk about music.
Yeah.
Never mind.
Music's a big part of our lives.
That's true.
I love music. I love listening to it. I love talking about it.
Which is why you're making your album.
Kills. Yeah, and I'm making my album. Yeah.
Yeah, Ice Nine Kills. Right.
Yeah, they dropped an album 2 weeks ago, right? 2 or 3 weeks.
Or 3 weeks. Wait,
time goes by fast.
It was dropped on. Wasn't it dropped on a Friday?
Oh no, dude! It was 3 weeks ago. That shit was October 5th.
Oh, 5th. Yeah. Okay, well, if you guys don't know who Ice Nine Kills is, they're like a metalcore, post-hardcore band. Yeah. They scream. They're really good, though. They're right up our alley. I think all of us were kind of raised on, well, not raised on that music, but that's the music we kind of started listening to and now really adopted. But their album is solely based on horror films, mainly from not modern horror films, but films from the 70s, 80s, 90s, but it's things like Halloween, the older version, the Friday the 13th movies, so I guess it is mod. Well, no, they probably based it off of older ones, but I don't really know.
The Santa one, whatever.
Yeah, that's true. But
I think Xmas,
I think that one's an older tale though.
Yeah.
But
70s, I think. 70s, I don't know.
I'm very fond of the vocalist. His name is Spencer. His writing is, I think, fucking brilliant.
He definitely, with his writing, he definitely conveys a lot of imagery.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And when I hear him sing and scream, I can see it. And not a lot of vocalists can do that.
That's so deep.
I know. I'm a really deep guy.
I love deep things.
Yeah.
No, I get what you're saying. I can't remember the term I used for it. It's very theatrical. Mm-hmm. That's what it is.
Yeah.
So I'm able to really I'm able, like you said, it's just it I don't know. It works. A lot of bands try it and it doesn't work, but I think they do it super well. And I'm afraid about the album because I don't know. The time it was released in was, the heat of Halloween. Mm-hmm. I don't know if its longevity is there.
You think that
I think it's niche. I think it's very niche, for the time. I don't know. Blow me if I'm wrong.
Yeah. I think depending on the songs, I think a lot of songs, they are definitely niched.
Right. Because I've already seen myself listening to it less.
Yeah.
As the time has already progressed. And that's very rare because every Trick in the Book album I still listen to because it's not niche. It's very it's fairy tale. So it's every it's every kind of time, season, yada yada. But
I think it depends on your taste mostly, but I still find myself listening to Stabbing in the Dark, which is the Michael Myers one.
That's starting to become the song on the album.
Yeah.
And I ain't mad at it.
Because it is more of less of this Halloween film, more of a thriller and a nightmare-ish type of thing.
I feel that.
But it just fit the vibe of Halloween. Mm-hmm. The Jaws one's still really good.
Love that song.
I still listen to We Are the Savages. That one's really good. There's I think a good half the album I think is you could listen to it sprinkled across the rest of the year.
I think I have no problems with any of the songs except for the Wolf in London. I don't know. Love Bites or something like that.
I don't really like that song.
Honestly, I've listened to it probably twice and I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I think it's the time it came out, and I know what they were doing. It was a very Target time.
Yeah.
It was a very Target time, which was perfect though. If you don't know, we shot a drum cover for it, and Jake was Jason. Hey, good job, dude. We shot one for their Friday the 13th song called.
That one is very, in my opinion.
Why can't? Thank God it's Friday. There we go.
Friday.
Yeah, because it's very Friday the 13th, and that's when they released that music video, and that's why I thought. But and I don't know. I mean,
we'll see.
I guess we'll see. We'll see the longevity of it, but I hate the videos they're shooting.
Dude, you know what I think it is? So I think they're all right, they finished one, then they finished another, and then they were probably like, we're definitely going to make this like a quote-unquote series.
Right.
And they're like, but we need to do it in a way so fast. Like, I bet you these videos are shot in like 2 days.
I wouldn't be surprised. You know how I know they're shot very quick? Is they lose their drummer, right? Uh-huh. They lose their drummer, and shortly after they release the
it's
the Michael Myers one, the Stabbing in the Dark one, right?
They lost him before that, or was it the...
They lost him before that.
The Crow one.
No, they lost him before that one. Because in the video, I don't know if you noticed, but there's no drummer. It's a 3-piece, right. And they're performing without a drummer, and it's just... I don't know if the people listening can relate to this, but how 60 frames is shot, it's very weird. It's not normal. It's not normal to shoot like that because it's used to slow down. There's more frames, yada yada. But it's shot like that, and I can't help but feel like...
And there's a lot of shots. There's a lot of the same shots. There's a lot of front shots.
It's very amateur.
Yeah.
That's what I don't like. And the problem is every trick of the book, they released Communion of the Cursed. And that video was so good, and I think it's the same director. So I'm not sure if this is a stylistic choice or if this is a mistake. But
I think it's just rushed.
Yeah, because it does not look good. And that, what I was getting to, is the Communion of the Cursed looked so good. One of my favorite music videos, really ever, just looks-wise, not like concept, because it's just The Exorcist, and that's already been done. But looks-wise, it's so good.
Yeah.
And I want to kiss them.
Mm-hmm. Me too.
But
no, I think the coloring was off in that video.
Oh yeah, they're so
everything
like
was off,
and they have a lot of prop lights that are just going off, and I'm like, dude, what the fuck? I'm like, if I'm epileptic, I'm losing it. There's so much orange, but I don't know. I hope it sucks because the ideas are so cool, and I mean they're not really ideas; they're just stories being told through music. But I think the music videos could have such a cool idea and cool feeling. Can I say something that actually really bugs me? We did another drum cover to a band called The Word Alive, and we pushed it so hard for one retweet. Okay, I kid you not, we would do this every day. We were on it every single day, and we're doing the same thing for this band. We never got that retweet, so it never helped. We pushed so hard for this band, and I know they fucking see it. I know they see it because when they post something, we could be the first 5 comments, and then I'll look back at the post and there's only like 20 comments. If you can't look through the 20 comments and you see that, then something's wrong. But I'm angered because now I was talking to Manny about this, and I'm wondering what you think. I'm wondering if you think that the label is telling them no because it distracts from... Because I think it's that. I do.
I don't think so.
But why? But why do you?
Because they retweet other things that are related to their music.
Yeah, but not other people. Not like fans. Not they do radio stations that are promoting their music. So I think like the problem is they don't want viewers to become more attached to this versus that, unless it's completely them. Because if you look at it, they retweet things like Octane, right? They retweet things like visited this place that we're going to shoot our next video at. And somebody will post something about that, yada, yada. But it's never... First of all, it's never a cover. I've never seen any of those bands.
Even a vocal cover?
No. Never seen it.
For some reason, I thought they did retweet one, and we talked about it, how pissed we were. I thought they did retweet one. And
well, maybe it was The Word Alive. I don't think Ice Nine Kills has done it. But I would, flip my shit if that were the case, because we're trying. Yeah. We're trying. It's probably really annoying. You're scaring me when you look at it like that.
Oh, okay. I was just making sure it looked like it was stuck. It's fine.
Wait.
I think it's fine.
Okay.
Yeah, it's fine.
Okay.
Sorry.
Dude, you scared. So Jake was looking. My computer is actually at my back, and I couldn't help but see Jake gazing over at it in confusion, and I got really fucking scared because we're already... Where the fuck?
15, 20 minutes in?
Where the fuck are you seeing that? I can't even see. Oh, I see up there. Yes, we're like 15 minutes in. And I'm going to flip this table if that fucking thing was off. Podcasting is going better than expected. Not in terms of consistency. I don't want to even mention consistency because that's not...
Well, because we're really busy. Like, we've been... It's not like, granted, there has been a few weeks we could have meant that we could have done it. Yeah. But, But we've both been pretty busy. Like, you've had a lot of weddings and other things to shoot, and I've been, working out a lot. And like training and things like that and whatnot. So yeah.
Are you afraid one day you're gonna go up and you're gonna, what do they call it? Overhead press? Is it what is it when you fucking you do the thing and the thing?
It's so like when you come up from a deadlift
a
power clean,
right,
and then overhead snatch. Yeah.
Snatch?
Well, because it's a split overhead press.
Uh-huh.
And then because it's a snatch, because you come from the ground, have it curl down, like bring it up on your chest, and then press up above your head, and usually like stagger their feet. Are you afraid one day?
You're ever afraid you're just gonna go up and your arms are gonna snap?
As the weight gets heavy, because I don't do that movement because I have no reason to, because it's such an athletic movement, and I'm not an athlete. I'm just some guys in the gym trying to get stronger and leaner and whatever to look more athletic.
Yeah.
But there are times when I do an overhead press, and right now I'm pressing 185 pounds overhead, and I feel the weight bearing down on my body. Because imagine 185 pounds lifted above your head, hands extended, and if something weight. Chump weight. if your elbow or your wrist snap, right? And that whole weight comes down on your neck, because that's where it's going.
And the human body is so unpredictable.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, it's crazy, but that's why I warm up. And I make sure I'm nice and warm.
Did I ever tell you my not my gym story? I'm not gonna say that. Did I ever tell you
weight room story?
Yeah, weight room story. No, when the bar fell on my head.
Oh yeah.
Okay, well that's not as exciting anymore. But then I told you the karma that this kid got.
You didn't tell me that part.
The karma. Well, this is great. So he goes to do a power clean. I don't know how much weight was on it, but regardless, it's horrible for this to happen anyway. I don't care because I don't like him. But so he goes and he does the power clean. He's coming up from it, but his legs give out, and he ends up, there's a spotter usually behind you, right?
Right.
At least in the weight room that was required, but the spotter was off looking at something else. I don't know. And he goes down, his legs give out, falls on his back, but there's a lip from the power clean pad from down, right? Yeah. And his head lands perfectly to where the pad ends and the ground is, and the bar just fucking chokes the kid out. And I was like, he's dead. And so I went over there and I jumped on it a couple of times. No, but dude, I was like, holy fuck! I think I just witnessed somebody die.
Yeah.
If it were more weight, actually, no, I'm sorry. If it were smaller plates, it may have been worse because the bigger plates hit the ground quicker. Yeah. And it was actually probably better that it was bigger weight. But my fuck, dude.
Yeah, karma. That shit's scary. And there are times because I'm getting stronger now. Like my squat, yesterday, was it? Yeah, yesterday, I now squatted 345 pounds. Mm-hmm. That's 345 pounds on my back. And the scariest part is the walkout. Is stepping out of the rack and positioning my feet. Yeah. Because if I misstep, my ankles can buckle or my knees can buckle in, and there it goes.
Are they metal weights?
At crunch, when I do squats and deadlifts, I use the rubber weights. Okay. But it's tough. I do think about that sometimes as I go up.
You're walking out and you're like, "Fuck, it's happening."
Because with any lift, I'm not so much the deadlift that, because that one I can feel this doesn't feel right, and then I just won't do it. Yeah. The bench. Because now I'm in the upper 200s. I'm like, dude, if I fucking don't complete this, that shit's gonna fall on my neck. It's gonna kill me. Yeah. But that's why I don't go above more than I'm comfortable with.
That'd be sick.
That'd be so cool if I die.
Let me tell you, there's nothing more I would love than to hear Jake dying from his own profession. I know. And I'm like, yes, this is baby.
That'd be so fucking funny.
But there is, we've talked about this, not on podcast, but. How old do you want to live before? Okay, so sorry, not how old. Mm-hmm. At what point in your life would you want somebody to just off you If you were so for me, it's like if I become old and I become any little amount of brittle. If I have a walker in my hand, I'd rather somebody put a bullet in my hand. Right. Hands down.
So I don't have a lot of conditions for that because the way I live my life right now.
Like I'm not gonna live by the time I'm 30.
The way I live my life right now, and like genetically speaking, because my grandfather's 74 now, and he's still like biking, and he still like lifts like some small weights and here and there, and he's healthy.
Weird flex, but okay.
And I'm like, cool. If it come, like I think I'll be able to live till like about like 90 until I can't like do shit like that anymore. Maybe not touch weights ever again, which is I'm okay with because at that point, why the fuck am I doing that?
90, huh?
Yeah.
I wish I could say the same.
But if I'm still like biking and things like that, staying healthy, I'm fine with being old. But I understand the whole like if I can't wipe my own asshole, kill me.
What if you can just get like the dingleberries out? You're like, okay, we might make an exception.
I told my family one time.
If I feel like your mom's not gonna like what you said.
No, my mom and dad don't. I told them if I was ever in a car accident and I became a vegetable, don't like save me. Because
your parents are saving you.
Yeah, I know, and then that's selfish of them to save me. Who's gonna live my life brain dead? They have to wipe my ass. They have to pick up after me. They have to feed me. Like you're essentially a baby.
So nothing different than what's happening.
Exactly. But then I can't you are living.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't like
witnessing
that.
it all too. No, like end me. Please don't save me.
That's It sounds pretty bad, but I want to go out in a cool way. If it's by somebody else's hand, right? I want it to be like katana to the neck kind of thing. That'd be kind of cool.
When I was in high school and I would talk about joining the Army and the Marines a lot with Joey and Albert, I would always talk about like how fucking cool would it to die in the fucking a blaze of glory, fucking getting shot
running across an open field, and there's just fucking everything.
Anybody who's like remotely in the military is listening to this, they're not happy. They're like, I have brothers in arms that died of that stuff, and I don't like it. I'm like, well, guess what? I want to die that way.
No, there are people that want to die that way, and I'm sitting across from one apparently.
Because it feels like at that point, I feel like if I saved someone's life, dying like that. A1. I don't think there's any other death. You would go
down in history.
Yeah.
You would be one of those guys.
Any other death that I could ask for.
That's a respectful death, right? Yeah. That's like a respected death.
But I would hate, if we're retreating from battle and
you just get sniped.
And then just sniped in the head. I hate that sound so much.
Then that's not how it sounds. No, not at all. It's so brutal. We're not making fun of our military.
Oh, no.
I do. Okay, so actually, this is kind of an interesting topic because when I was younger, that's what I wanted to do.
Yeah.
Right? I was going to join the military. It was a done deal. I got older, came to my senses, and realized, what the fuck?
Right. Yeah.
I was like, absolutely not, because what those people do is absolutely insane. But I just wanted to put that out there because, it doesn't matter what kind of jokes we make. I'm not doing it, so
yeah.
I respect what you guys do, so I don't have to do it.
Yeah, and we have so much respect, and my grandfather served in the armed forces or whatever, and that's awesome. He was forced to do it because of the World War II. And
yeah, maybe my grandpa was too.
And I was like, that's awesome. And there's still times if after college I'll join. I don't know.
Yeah.
It depends on where my life is projecting, going. Yeah. And if I need to find a new path or something like that, then I'd do it. But at this moment in time, no, I can't because I got too much going on, and
wow, did you even give a fuck about your country?
I don't give a damn. No, but I have a friend, Joey Levesque. Shout out,
military man.
He's a Marine, and he's out there serving this country, doing radio stuff and blowing stuff up. Good for you, man.
He's blowing stuff up.
I think so.
What does that even mean?
I think he calls I think someone gives him coordinates and then he radios in those coordinates to an artillery person, and the artillery person shoots it, and so he's the middleman.
He's the middleman. That's kind of cool. Actually,
I think that's what he does. I'm pretty sure.
That's cool, death.
Because he hurt himself in recon training, so he couldn't do special forces. Gotta make fun of you that way some way.
Dang. So okay, wow, interesting. So if he fucks it up and says the wrong coordinates, he goes and he's like, fuck.
He's like, you know what? That was a 5.
Yeah,
not an 8.
They're like already launched him. Fuck.
But you know they'd be like, that's all right. Just go and eat some crayons.
Oh man, that would be the shittiest situation ever. So he gets injured in recon training. What did he injure? Arm?
He injured his ankle. They were doing a rucksack something. They were going uphill with their rucks and stuff, and his foot got caught in like a pothole in the grass, and he twisted his ankle and he fell down. It was a whole ordeal.
But is this a permanent injury?
No. He could have gone back in if he wanted to.
Oh, okay, but does he like what he does? Or
he likes what he does now. He's cross-trained in a lot of stuff.
Oh, okay. So he's multi-purpose?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's good.
He's a well-valued Marine.
Ah, look at that. Hoorah.
Yeah.
What? This is why I'm not there, and people like him are.
Did you know they each branch has their own chant? I think the Marines is hoorah, the Navy is hoo-yah. It's like each one has a different
variant,
a variant of that.
Really?
Yeah.
We have another buddy, Jason. Shout out. We have another buddy in the military. He's a seaman. Mm-hmm. He's a Navy guy, and he's stationed in
Oceanside.
Well, right now he's stationed in Oceanside, but he was in Japan, which is actually pretty cool. I think he guarded a chapel or something. So he said he did nothing. But that's interesting. I've never heard him say anything about that. I should pick his brain more.
Yeah.
I don't pick enough of
He'd be cool to have on the podcast.
He'd be because he wouldn't know anything.
Yeah.
We're like, what do you do? He goes, I don't know, dude. They put me there and I don't know what I'm doing there. If Jason ever got into battle, bless our souls, because I think he's dead. I'm sorry, Jason, but I don't think he'd make it.
Yeah, I want to look that up real quick.
Their chance?
Their chance.
Okay. Well, I'll read our sponsorships off. Okay. We don't have any sponsorships yet. But we do have, actually, a cool thing while Jake's doing that. I'll talk to the viewers here. Right now, I have my shirt unbuttoned, and Jake is in a wife beater, so way to fuck that up.
Yeah.
No, I'm just kidding. So we are probably, I'm going to say probably because I don't know if this is a real thing or not. We may start having guests on this podcast very soon if events that have slowly unraveled continue to unravel in the proper direction. So look forward to that, because I know Jake and I have wanted to have guests on this thing since the beginning, but we don't have the proper equipment. So now that we may have the proper equipment, we will probably, this is a probably thing, that we'll have guests here. And yeah, we're going to, honestly, we'll have people as much as possible, because I think we both want to pick people's brains. And, we know a lot about each other, but we don't know a lot about people.
Other people, yeah.
You know what I want to do? Yeah, we'll get to the chance in a second. Dude, fucking hold your horses, dude. Well, I forgot what I was going to say now.
Really?
Yep.
You were like, pick other people's brains and...
You know what I really want to do?
There you go.
Now we're back. Gears started moving.
Yeah.
What I really want to do is bring people on that we really don't know. Maybe we meet them one time at a party, and we're like, we want you on the podcast. I don't want to know anything about these people.
Yeah.
I think it's so much. It's more interesting that way. We can figure out they're racist.
Yeah, that'd be pretty cool. not them to be racist, but not knowing them, and then they end up being racist, and we're like,
hell yeah, thanks for being on. Okay, go ahead. These are the chants. Let's hear them.
So yeah. So the Army is hoo-ah, and it says the Air Force sort of borrowed it since they often work with the Army. Okay. Yeah, Navy guys tell me that they use hoo-yah, but it's unclear just their unit or if that's Navy-wide. The Marines use oorah. So there's hoo-ah, hoo-yah, oorah, or hoorah. So there's oorah and hoorah.
What the fuck, man?
Yeah, I don't know. They like to differentiate themselves from the rest of their other military brethren.
Isn't that interesting? Isn't it it's like a competitive thing, right?
There's
a lot of people are like, nah, dude, this is way harder. Yeah. And it's always about, which is good though. I mean, healthy competition is healthy competition.
Yeah. At the end of the day, they all respect each other, but at the same time, they hate each other.
Yes, absolutely. Do you know what it's like? So we have a friend named Christian. Hey, Christian, if you're listening to this, fuck you. No, we have a buddy who actually doesn't do it anymore, but he was part of AMR, and I know that there's a lot of times they don't get along with I don't know if it's the fire department or police officers, but there's a lot of
fire department, yeah.
And I thought that was so interesting because when you watch these people do what they do, you're like, oh man, they're like brothers, they're bonded.
Yeah.
No. No.
It's because they're different organizations.
Oh yeah.
Within the state,
and they do things completely differently.
Yeah.
I do want to throw this out there really quick. I got a text from Manny that he's here. So if he ever listens to this podcast, Manny, I saw your text, but I'm not coming out to get you because I'm busy.
Hoo-yah.
Fucking hoorah, man.
Yeah, that's always interesting to me. Hey, segue.
Okay.
Do you have any intentions in playing Red Dead Redemption?
No.
Better why? But why?
Did you just want to say that? I know what it is.
No,
you racist prick.
No, I'm genuinely curious. Is it because all it will be to you is a Western GTA? Or is it because you don't have... I'm curious why you don't want to play it. I mean, it's critically acclaimed right now. It is the biggest form of media.
Ain't that great, huh?
The biggest form of media that's sold. It broke records. Like, it beat Infinity War in opening, 3-day opening.
Yeah. Well, see, that's great, right? That's awesome. I'm so glad. Okay, I'm so glad Red Dead is doing great. Here's why I don't care to try it because never played the first one, never even fucking batted an eye at the first one because it looks stupid, right? It just looked dumb. Mm-hmm. I don't give a fuck about what this cowboy guy's doing. Okay, this fucking renegade cowboy guy. And then the second one comes out. And it just looks exactly the same. It looks like a game that is going to rip what I love from a game like an MMO, right? Like it's gonna rip from an MMO type game because it's got like that vibe.
Because you're like, let me know what I got to do, and then I'm gonna go do it and come back and be done with it.
Well, I mean, yes and no, because there are games I play like World of Warcraft, which is fucking billion times bigger than this game, and there's a lot of bullshit that I do. There's a lot of other things that go into it. I think that's the only game I've been able to play that's like that, though. Because when I go and I guess it's, I don't know, when I go and play things like Skyrim and stuff, it's pretty mindless and it's pretty simple. But with Red Dead, it seems like something that I don't want to get into. Because I already don't like the vibe. I don't like the Western. I don't like that. I don't like that. I never played games like that. The closest game I've ever played to a Western was Cabela's Safari Hunt.
Are you talking about Western? Oh fuck my feet are asleep.
Oh no!
God, I got scared.
Let's cut them off.
Yeah. Are you talking about Westerns in general?
I mean anything. I don't like. I'm not a big fan of Westerns, B, anything cowboy bebop bullshit, right? I don't. That's not.
But let me say about that. I'm not trying to force you to play the game.
No, dude, you're forcing me. You're raising your voice.
I just want to put that whole thing aside. It's in that time period, but you're not like a cowboy.
Yeah.
You're this person who is in a band of outlaws.
Yeah.
Trying to survive the pressures of the government trying to get you, and you're trying to establish a relationship and a community amongst these outlaws to enable to survive and gain money and the respect to move out west.
Yeah.
And it has like you do outlaw-ish things and cowboy-ish things, but it's not like, oh, this is a cowboy game. That's just the setting.
See, that's the problem. You if you explained that idea to me, that plot, right? I would have been like, fuck yeah. You put it in that environment, and I'm like, I don't know, man.
Just because
because I hate that time. I don't like the look. It looks boring. Like the environment looks boring. Mm-hmm. It's nothing like walking into a beautiful city, right? You know, that kind of thing. I'm like very grandiose, right? Like
right.
I
you
love
like the flashy stuff.
I do. I love the flashy stuff because it's a video game, and like
right.
I love looks of video games,
Right.
and so
okay, then I get it like that.
But like you literally explained that idea, and I was like, that's not fucking tight. But I can't. Like I can't.
There are a lot of moments in the game though. Obviously, like there's no cities.
Yeah.
Because it's in the West.
Right.
But there are moments that are absolutely breathtaking when you look at the environment. Like because it's not like the last Red Dead where everything's like fucking dirt.
Right.
And this one is just like gorgeous landscapes of green, and there's like snow. Like everything is like. It's so beautiful. It's like eye opening. It's just like it's big. It's and the world is alive. I hate when people use that phrase, but the world is definitely alive because there are things that happen in the game that I have witnessed already. That is like I don't see this in any other game.
Yeah.
Like if you played Skyrim, they're like, okay, this was scripted.
Yeah. Right.
I came across this woman's like, hey, can you? No, that was a video I saw. No, okay, so I walked.
Is it the? Please tell me it's
the deer runs over the woman. So that happens.
That's a real mechanic. Like that's a real thing.
Yeah, someone.
I thought it was an accident.
It was an accident.
Oh, it was
like
okay.
The deer.
Okay, I thought it was
going
like
through the game.
Oh, it just fucking
nails the woman.
Okay. That's funny. I thought because I thought you were saying that's a rigged thing that happens all the time. I was like, that's fucking.
But hilarious. I was trotting with my horse up the road, and this person's like, "Can you help me with my horse?" And I was about to get down, and he was perpendicular with his horse.
Yeah.
And his horse shot his legs back and bashed the man in the face and sent him flying. I was like, "Oh fuck, is he dead?"
Yeah.
And I walked up to him and it said, "Loot the body." I'm like, his own horse killed him. And then I don't know if anybody has else has run into that because those are like things that happen in the game.
Random events. Yeah. It has to be at this particular time.
Yeah.
No, I get it. I'm not knocking the game because I don't know about the game, so I don't know how it is. Right. I can't rate the game because I don't know it, but I don't think I have a desire to play it. Just
okay.
Also, it's probably a lot too that I just don't really think I have time to play that kind of.
You have that, dude. I only have 7 hours into that game. I'm only barely 10%.
That's what I'm saying, dude. That's a lot of, and it's a big game. How many gigs? It's fucking an ass ton. It's
90 gigs.
Yeah, that's big. That's big.
No, I was just curious on why you wouldn't.
No, I don't look at Red Dead and I'm like, this game fucking sucks because I don't know what it's about. But I don't like the look, and so I can't get behind it.
Yeah.
I guess it's like. It might even be equivalent to if you were pitched like a product, right? And you're like, oh, I love the product, but I hate the look. That's like a similar situation, right?
Yeah.
So if there was just a different vibe to it, a different look, I'd probably be so sold on it because it's what? Is it open world? It's open world.
Yeah,
right?
it's open world.
Yeah.
And the multiplayer is gonna be fucking awesome.
I didn't even know they have multiplayer.
Yeah, it's gonna be there's gonna be multiplayer in a month.
Yeah.
And you can just band together a bunch of cowboys and that's something that you could probably get into.
Is the multiplayer? Is it like open world multiplayer? It's
open world multiplayer.
See, I like that. What game did that? A game just did that, and it was like super popular.
Recent?
I want to say this year. It was like I don't know, man. I don't know. But
just imagine Grand Theft Auto's multiplayer.
Yeah.
And that's what it is, but it's definitely different to accommodate the setting.
Right. Yeah.
Just imagine you, me, and Christian and whoever plays the game band together as a bunch of fucking. Then you can live that moment of being an outlaw and cowboy because there's not so much story driven elements.
Yeah.
You in the multiplayer you drive your own character and whatever, okay. And you can go fuck up other gangs.
I think if there was a sale on this game, I would maybe consider buying it. I haven't purchased a full price game in a pretty good amount of time.
I think the last game that you bought full price was World War II. Call of Duty.
I think so.
And that was a year ago.
Yeah. And there just hasn't been many
But you have
games.
Bought a lot of Fortnite shit.
I do.
That is probably equated to 2-3 full games.
But I was, so this is a funny thing. I was just having a conversation with somebody about this. I think the difference, this is what gets me. I guess this is what gets anybody with a free-to-play game where you can have in-game purchases is it's over time. And when it's over time, it almost feels less... I don't regret it because let's just say skin comes out this week, I buy it, right? I don't usually buy a skin until a month and a half after, if that is the case, right? So in reality, I've spent maybe like $20 that month, and then $20, the next month. I don't really feel too bad about that. And then when I think about it, I think I'm really trying to justify, and I don't want to sound like I'm justifying because I know how much money I've spent, but I think of it like this. Fortnite's a free-to-play game, and I've spent over $100, I'm sure. But let's just say
you could just look at the skins that you have and see what rarity they are and see how much money it was.
So I've probably, the battle pass is 20, 40, 60. I've probably spent like maybe 120, 140, probably, which is insane. But I think of it kind of like this. So if that game ever came out and it was regular price, it'd be $65, right? It'd be the normal $65. And then, games have special editions all the fucking time for no reason because there's like nothing. There's no reason to do that. Those are like, what, $100 to $120 sometimes, depending on the game, right?
Yeah.
So, I mean, if I was like one of those people, because those people that buy the special edition games never get judged for that stuff, right?
No, they never do.
But they do get extra content. This is not. This is all appearance that I'm buying.
Right, it's all skins. Yeah, they get an extra map.
Right, or something like that. So
sometimes, like, lately it's been, like, you get, a fucking outfit.
Right,
And then, like, $100 in-game currency to spend in the multiplayer or something.
Which is that's a good deal. I guess theirs is more justified, but I don't know. I don't really feel too guilty about it.
Usually, I give you guys a lot of shit for it. But, like, at the end of the day, it's like, if you guys are if it breathes new life into the experience for you, awesome.
I do. I think I say this to you guys a lot, but I'm like, feel good, feel good, play good. I think if I like how my character looks, I'm going to play better.
Yeah.
And I've seen that. So, I don't know. I mean, fuck you, dude, for calling me out.
No, I don't know. It's definitely dependent on the person because when I bought the battle pass, I was like, all right, awesome, dude. I don't give a fucking goddamn if this season ends and I don't finish any of the challenges. I don't really give a shit.
But here's the great thing about it is now you at least have a skin, so we don't need to be with a guy who doesn't.
Yeah. But like in like Red Dead, like I buy this full $60 game, I get this like crazy single player experience that's gonna last me 65 hours.
Yeah.
So like in that single player alone, to me, it's justified buying a $60 game.
Right.
Because Funhouse did this like equating thing back like 3-4 years ago, where it's like $1 an hour.
Oh, okay.
So if you put 60 plus hours into a $60 game, you got your money's worth. There. Yeah. Like that, and that seems reasonable to me to justify it in that way.
Yeah.
So if the single player alone is 65 to 68 hours without any of the side quests in mind, I'm sitting happy. And then the multiplayer comes out a month later, probably gonna spend another 100 hours into the multiplayer. Like that's cool, dude. Like I'm with it.
I've spent about 100 hours on Fortnite, so suck it.
And that game was free.
Yeah. Well, that's that. I mean, I guess that's the turn on, right? It is free. So.
Well, that was the whole thing that I was writing on too. Like the game's free. Yeah. And I only bought the pass because I really liked the season.
Yeah.
I was like, cool, this is dope.
Yeah.
And I'll buy the season. None of the other seasons made me feel that way.
Yeah.
And I was like, all right, this is dope. I'll spend the $10. Right. It was $10, right? Yeah. And I was like, cool. So far, I've only put $10 into Fortnite. Yeah. And I don't plan on spending any more money in that game. Unless they do Dragon Ball Z stuff, which I highly doubt.
I mean, hey, you never know, dude.
You never know.
They're known for doing, like, ode to video games or something along the lines of video games. But, I mean, it's interesting. I do want to actually talk about, I don't know, where are we at? Hold on.
I think we're like 30.
43.
Oh, wow.
You said 30? You're a funny guy, Jake.
Are you here?
No, I want to talk about. So Fortnite is getting big into esports. Obviously, I mean, most people know that. So recently, they did the TwitchCon tournaments, which are like these were the big tournaments. These were the big payout tournaments.
Right.
And I have to get my numbers correct because I don't want to fabricate. So let me look up. This how much everybody won from this tournament.
And this is Fortnite alone, right?
This is Fortnite alone. This is just their tournament that Epic is,
they put on
at TwitchCon.
While you look this up, I want to make a quick note.
Yeah, go ahead.
So Call of Duty came out And granted, the battle royale for that is a fair bit easier because there is no building. I will say Fortnite does have a layer of complexity and difficulty because of the building element. But I have been kicking a lot of ass in Call of Duty. A lot. And I feel like I might have the opportunity because Nathan does a lot of that like game battle stuff. And if we find another two players, I might do that. Get some money.
Do what? Oh,
for Call of Duty
tournament.
Yeah.
I mean, if I like the game enough, I would happily do it. But I'm just
right now. You're just happy with Fortnite.
I'm happy with Fortnite. But again, like I mean, see, I don't like how easy Call of Duty feels. I think it was kind of ridiculous how quickly we got a victory in that game. I do, because we were both new to that. I mean, I'm sure that game felt pretty similar to like previous Black Ops. Mm-hmm. I've never played a Black Ops in my life.
Right.
I fucking sucked at like that game compared to what I could have been. Mm-hmm. I know I could have been a beast fucking player at the game. However, because like a fucking point and shoot kind of game like that is very, very easy to play. Mm-hmm. And we still pulled out the victory with a pretty decent amount of like a decent kill count, if I remember correctly.
Yeah.
And it almost didn't feel rewarding. And that was my problem. When I win in Fortnite, I'm like, holy fuck, my heart is beating, dude.
Yeah.
It's just a nightmare, right? But that's what attracts me.
Yeah.
The difficulty and the fucking stress.
Yeah.
All of that attracts me. And I feel like, Call of Duty didn't give me that, which I was scared about. Yeah. And I still kind of feel the same way.
There have been quite a few moments where I've been under that pressure because, especially in squads, now that because when we did play the beta, it was only 80 people.
Yeah. It was only
and so now it's at 100, and those extra 20 people make all the difference.
Yeah.
Dude, that's like, there have been times where Nathan, Xavier, and I, there's like 4 or 5 squads left in a tiny circle. Yeah. There's firing going on everywhere, and like I don't know if we're gonna make it, and we somehow make it through sometimes. And
I think like you said too, that the building aspect it's got my heart.
Yeah.
I can't go away from it now. I'm in Call of Duty trying to build because I am naturally that's my instinct. But anyway, really quick, so the esports for this game is pretty fucking insane. So I don't know if anybody knows who Cloak and Tfue are. They're part of a gaming clan called FaZe Clan. They're not arguably, they're the best players in Fortnite right now, easily. They secured a win and received $400,000 for just one win. That's not it. They got $50,000 for securing a victory in the third game, and $60,000 bonus for having the most eliminations.
Oh my god!
So these guys, they made $510,000. Right? Is my math correct?
Yep.
Correct. Yeah, $510,000. What the fuck, dude?
The thing is like, and you think of it as like for a video game.
But
at the same time, it's like being the best
at the video game. And Fortnite has broken records for population size and user size. You know.
And I've been at that end of something, not to that scale of being in tournaments and stuff. Like, remember when we tried out doing the Gears tournament?
It's a different beast,
dude.
It is
we got just demolished
because you see things that you never see in normal. Like we got in there and we were like, what the fuck? We've never seen this kind of method already.
Yeah.
In the first game, we were already stumped and didn't know how to beat it and got destroyed and eliminated instantly.
People who play games competitively are a whole different breed of people. They practice.
Yep.
They go out of their time and practice the video game. Like people who play actual sports, they go out of time and practice their sport.
Yeah.
And it's gross.
Yep.
And I applaud those people.
I do too. I actually dislike the people who are calling esports such a ridiculous thing because it is so far from it. It is becoming a real thing. This is becoming a real sport. I don't know, man. These athletes, I'm going to call them athletes because you know what? Now that we're in the sports realm, we're going to give them their rightful name. They're going to be making as much money as some of these like third string, second string football players, NBA players very soon.
Yeah.
500,000, and also that's 500,000 in one tournament.
Tournament.
That's just a tournament. they probably do make just as much money as athletes that are professionally like playing in their first years,
and not to mention their YouTube channels.
Oh yeah,
and their Twitch streams.
Yeah, they probably are making just as much money as these people.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
and there's so much more money to be invested into esports.
It's so new. It's fresh still.
Infancy, dude.
Yep.
It's crazy. I feel like there's going to be a segment on regular TV, broadcasting TV for it.
I hope so. I do hope so.
Easily.
The audience is becoming so big too. I think, and like, I mean, you know, a big thanks to Fortnite. Esports has been around for a very long time, but I think
since
it's
Call of Duty, dude, and
well, I mean,
CS:GO,
dude, World of Warcraft,
right?
It has been like, you know, the birth of esports, but I think it's now finally getting to the point where it's going to become mainstream media. I mean, these people are on news, like casts. I'm like, are you? That's
Ninja was fucking on the ESPN.
Oh
magazine,
yeah, he's got he's got Samsung. You know, commercials now. I think that I'm excited for our time because we are avid gamers. We love gaming, and this is like what every gamer wants. Even if you're not involved in it, you want to see this take off, and it's happening. And I'm very excited for it because I think, like you said, there's so much more money to be invested in, and the scale at which this is going to amount to is insane. But
which makes me think, what are we doing this podcast for?
When we should be practicing.
Yeah, or doing Blitz Gaming.
No. Yeah, we're gonna be the drunk gamers that are like the best.
Yeah.
We always need like alcoholic beverages by our size.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I think that's interesting, and I just wanted to put that out there.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Is this about the time?
I think it's time.
I hate goodbyes.
I hate goodbyes too. Until next week.
We're not gonna say next week. Okay, we're not gonna say next week because we're busy men.
We are,
and
we'll see you on a Saturday. How about that?
Okay. All right. Deal. Yeah. So if you guys like this podcast, then make sure to like this and subscribe to our YouTube channel because we only have 5 right now, so help.
Yeah. And share it. We have 5?
Yeah, we got
1 more. Nice.
Yeah.
And share it around. Share it like HPV.
Yes. And if you don't, you're going to get it.
Yeah.
For real. So.
You're going to get it. Gonna get it.